I've got one bad habit. Yeah, I like to rock and roll. As said Dee Snider on the Twisted Sister album, Love is for Suckers. But today, this is what we've got. A Bad Habit Session IPA from Quantock Brewery. But what's it going to be like? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to Rockers Beer Review. As all rockers will know, Twisted Sister are a great band, were a great band. And although their Love is for Suckers album is probably seen as not being one of their best, although I've got to admit I love it, a song they call What Bad Habit. And this is what this is called. And it was One Bad Habit, I like to rock and roll, as D-Side was said. So this is a bad habit as well, because it's a session IPA, 4.8%. We've got Citra, Mosaic and Sabro. Again, from the Somerset Brewery, Quantock. This is the third Quantock beer that I've done in succession. So let's crack it open, get it in glass, see what it's all about. Yeah, I mean, this was another beer. I mean, I've been mentioning that a lot of these beers, are, Quantock make reasonably priced beers as well. This was about $3.65. Obviously, it's a session IPA. I don't know what it is about. So I find session IPAs a little bit on the thin side. It's not something I would go for, really. I almost find pales better than a session IPA. And as you can see, beer in a glass, it's quite light. It's got a haze to it, but you can look at the carbonation. Sort of fairly slow moving carbonation sticking to the bottom of the glass there. We've got two fingers of quite white and actually reasonably compacted head. And it's a very sort of light orange. It's just a slightly bit more hazy than your sort of lager really, but it's not thick and hazy like you would get with an IPA or even some pale ales. But as you say, a lot of carbonation. So I can expect this to be quite a lively, sort of bit more carbonated than your sort of normal beer. Let's see what the aromas are like. Yeah, picking up the Sabro straight away. So you're getting that pineapple, you're getting the coconut. There's even a little bit of that sort of creamy mint sort of aroma that you get with Sabro. But there's a lot of citrus fruits in here. So the Citra, the Mosaic, you get lots of lemons and limes. It smells pretty good actually. And it's got my taste buds going, which is what you want. So cheers everyone. Actually, that's pretty good. Lovely and juicy. Yes, the carbonation is a bit more prickly, a bit more lively than you would probably necessarily want. Not necessarily what you'd expect, but definitely what you want. It's a very light sort of beer, and it's very thin. Carbonation, I think, is sort of affects the mouthfeel really to make it feel a bit thinner and a bit lighter. Nothing wrong with the flavour though. It's a very typical Citra Mosaic with a sort of Sabro flavour running through it. But again, when you get Sabro and IPAs, it can be quite dominant and really sort of over the top, that sort of pina colada flavour, that pineapple, coconut, mint, lime. With this, you're just getting a lightness of it. So you're getting a little pockets of coconut and you're getting little pockets of pineapple that just gives the beer much more refreshment and a little bit more sweetness. It's pretty good actually. But it's the mouthfeel is disappointing, but for a session IPA, it's probably to be expected. But flavour-wise, it's nice. Very sessionable, 4.8%. Goes down really well. On a hot summer day, this is pretty good. And I think Sabro is one of those sort of hops that really works in summery sort of beers. But this has got much more lightness than where you usually get it in an IPA. Cutting refreshment, real sharpness of the citrus fruits in there. And as I say, the Sabro hop flavours are just subtle. They're just in the background, but they're definitely there. There's a different flavour that the Sabro brings. It's such a distinctive hop. You can't really not taste it, but it just gives that pineapple flavour, that little bit more sort of citrus bite, I suppose you would say, almost like a fruitier sort of freshness that makes it a real refreshing beer. And the coconut's not over dominant in sweetness. it's just sort of there in little pockets. It's a pretty good drink, but as I say, Session IPAs, not probably my favourite style, but this isn't too bad. And for $3.65 that I paid for it, I think it's not pretty good value. So that's it for this. There's not much more I can say about it. It's a good beer. Quantock's best? No. I mean, I still prefer their IPAs. I think their IPAs are better. Just that they get the body really right with their IPAs. But they're a very reasonably priced brewery, and they make pretty good beers. So that's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed this review. Please give it a thumbs up if you do like it. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. So the formatting of these videos are now making them a little bit more shorter, a bit snappier, so I'm not sort of waffling on for too long. So we'll do the scores, but the scores will just be basically presented as a sort of slide, basically. So hope you've enjoyed it. Here comes the scores. Okay, the scores are in for Quantock's Bad Habit. It's a session IPA with Mosaic Citra and Sabro. So the scores. Firstly, aroma, appearance, flavour, value for money, and overall experience. Not a bad beer. Hope you've enjoyed this review, and until the next one, keep on rocking.